I'm going to speak about a new topic, life's reward mechanism. So, some of you may be worrying about what's life going to offer you, or how life going to pay for your efforts. So, let's take a quick review of all the things I have talked about in the previous videos. Is that life is like an open ocean, and you, out of your naivety, out of your innocence, keep sailing in your boat happily till one day when nobody has told you that in open oceans there are storms, and you met with one and your boat capsizes and you end up in a hole. So, hole is a metaphor for unforeseen circumstances or difficult circumstances, unforeseen circumstances, unhappy events, the things that you had not expected. And with time, so this journey from surface to the bottom, it does not happen in one event or in one night. Gradually, many things happen to you. Um, Most of your efforts would not bring any results. Other than that, a few things would happen that make you, or that nudge you, that something is wrong with it. Something is wrong with your life, that you have been putting so much effort, but still you are going down. You are not, or in a downward journey. And along with that, many unexpected events, uh, and those unexpected events that happen in all kinds of life, like your mental and physical health, it deteriorates, your financial and your psychological life is shattered, your personal life, your relationship, those are falling down. Somehow you feel you are losing the control, or you're losing the grip. So the fall happens. It happens with everyone who dares, or the everyone who dreams or has dreamt. So the fall happens, and initially you try to you know figure it out logically or rationally, that perhaps I'm not at the place I expected it to, or I expected myself to land into. I'm not there just because I did not put good efforts, or there was something wrong with my approach, or there was something wrong with the I handled the whole thing. Something wrong with my analysis, my observation. Something wrong with my efforts. Maybe I did not put 100%, 120%, so that I could have got 100% or something near to it. But all this rational or logical explanation that you try to figure out for your fall, it ends in ditch, or it hits a black wall. however you try, you did not come up with a logical explanation or a logical excuse, because even if you did not put 120%, but you did put 90% or 80%, and you expected with some deduction, you expected it to be somewhere near 60%. So it seems logical. Okay, that I have been maybe I have been working 12 hours. I am not working 12 hours, but I am working 10 hours. So it's not that these 2 hours are going to make so much difference that the person who put 12 hours is is holding a medal or holding a reward, and I put 10 hours, but I am near zero. So this gap, this gap doesn't make sense, and nothing else makes sense, because even if in those times you increase those 10 hours to 12 hours or even 13 hours, the results is going to be the same, because many people who thought that it was because they did not put enough efforts, did not put in their way of doing was not that good, so they ended up not having rewarded or not having rewards in their hand. So they breached their own limits. They tried that maybe not just 12 hours, let's give 13 hours. But result is same. Even after 13 hours, even after so much effort, you are zero. So in this moment, you get to realize that something is blocking me. Something is stopping me. And this thing, you can call it life, mind, whatever. But there is something that will stop you. There is something that will block you. That there is something that will crush you. So when you are down in this hole, now you want to climb up, but जब आप इसमें होते हैं, when you're in it, when you're in this day, in those depressive moments, in those emotional turbulences, in those days of emotional storm, in those lonely and pathetic days, you feel that all the reasons you had until now are leaving you, because when it was all good, it was sunshine, and you were sailing, sailing happily in an open ocean, it was all good. Your family was loving you. They were friends, they were colleagues, they were people, they were neighbors. So it all seemed good, all seemed happy. So उस टाइम में you had a bouquet of reasons, many reasons कि ये करना है, like I want to do this, I want to do this for my family, I want to do this for people, I want to do this for my friends, I want to do this for poor, I want to do this for that, this category of people, those category of people, I'm going to do this for nature, वगैरह वगैरह. So the whole bouquet of reasons. But when you end up in this hole, in a self-destructive, emotionally turbulent, lonely and pathetic stage of depression, all these reasons they started leaving you one by one. Uh, those in the bottom of your bouquet, they leave first, like people, friends, neighbor, colleagues. It happens जब आप वहाँ होते हैं, उस स्टेज में कुछ टाइम तक आप रहते हैं एंड पीपल get to know about it. So many people they leave. They leave for their own reason. I am not here to judge anyone, but they leave. Your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your people, your chai wala, your चौकीदार, जहाँ पे आप कुछ खरीदने जाते हैं, the shopkeeper, roadside, the street vendors, so everyone, जो जनरल कॉमन पॉपुलेस लेमैन जिसको बोलते हैं, लेमैन में जितने भी लोग आएंगे they are first to leave. Then comes friends, but you stay long in that gut, in that hole. Friends leave. Then it comes to family, and still after 6 months or 1 year, you're still there in that hole. Your family starts leaving you. So ultimately, there are only 2 to 3 persons, and there may not be any. So most people, it happens that there is no one left, no human presence left in the bouquet of reason. So the bouquet is get emptied, and now in that hole they are wondering why should they come out. But at the same time, when they get to understand this thing, that it's you and you matter for you matter for yourself. The you is yours. You is yours and yours only. There is no one in this world there to save you, or no one there to sacrifice for you, or no one there to face troubles for you. जब ये आप चीज समझ जाते हैं तो दोनों ही चीजें सामने आती है. फर्स्ट कि किस लिए, वाई, देयर नो रीजंस, एंड देन यू कम अप विद योर ओन रीजंस, like, okay, now everyone has left me. There is not a single one for whom I need to worry. So फिर इसके साथ ही वो बुके गायब होने के बाद you come up with your own reasons. You connect with yourself, and that's necessary. So it happens with everyone because it's only when you fall that you see the truth. I'm not talking about some dark truth about the world. I'm not here to tell you that the world is all doom and gloom. No, and I'm not here to criticize people. No, no. And it's not what life wants. Life doesn't want one more disgruntled person, disgruntled or cynical person, or a critic, a vehement critic. No. Life wants you to see the truth that it's only you. Okay, and no one is going to sacrifice for you. No one is going to face trouble for you. So you have to learn it that only you can save yourself, and the only thing that matters to you is you. You need to take care of. You need to look after it. You need to connect with yourself. You need to feel what you think, how you act, all these things. You must get a good idea about what you think, what you do, how you do it, all kind of things. So और इसी whole में you when you connect with yourself, you find the reason for which you have been staying alive all this time, the reason for which you are going to stay alive and be victorious or to live in your life. So this reason, this this is your drive. This is the thing which has been driving you all along. The thing which has been driving you since your birth. You don't know it, लेकिन उस होल में आने के बाद ही you get to know about it, what your drive is, what is the thing that is driving you, and that drive is your source of energy. Okay, so I'm still in the review process. The review talk I'm talking about a background of all the things I have spoken in the previous videos. So now you are here, and now you have known your drive. So first thing, you have to keep the faith. You have to keep the faith in your drive, in your reason, in your vision, whatever you call it. But you must keep the faith in it. Second thing, how do you come up? Because just faith won't move you. Faith may move mountains, but in this situation, if you want to come out, faith alone won't be won't be of much help. So कैसे, किस तरह से आप इस होल में, इस जगह से, इस बॉटम से आप सरफेस पे आएंगे? दैट्स वायर सम मीनिंगफुल एक्टिविटी. ये भी प्रीवियस वीडियोस में बात की है कि there is some meaningful activity that gives meaning to your life, and this activity needs to bring some positive effects, and second, it must take some efforts, both these things. And if you don't have any, then choose reading, writing, playing, dancing, singing, any other art form or any activity. You can bring it, और कोई भी ऐसी चीज ला सकते हैं आपकी लाइफ में कि you can be sure that you can do it for your whole lifetime. Do it for your lifetime. That's what make it meaningful. And now this activity, it's like a rope that will bring you out of this hole, bring you up to the surface. So you need to hold this rope with faith, and you must engage in some consistent action, continuous and consistent action. Only this thing, this consistency and faith, this keep the faith and act. Only this thing can bring you out of this hole, bring you out of this situation. And now we people, you know, we we work with incentives. There has to be some incentive in the task so that we may we may come closer to accomplishment. If there's no incentive, so people won't indulge in any activity, और थोड़े टाइम बाद में आप भी ये समझ जाएंगे कि दिस इज द वे इट इज, दिस इज द वे लाइफ इज. जो कैपिटलिज्म के बारे में बात करते हैं कि वाई कैपिटलिज्म इज बूमिंग, so not capitalism we see nowadays, but capitalism in its true literal form. It's something that the more you put, the more you gain. It's kind of that. So this incentive, this probability of incentive, it makes businessmen, businessmen, entrepreneurs, scientists, investors, this incentive moves all of this in a unison. Otherwise, capitalism or any kind of economic theory would have fallen, because if we talk about other economic theories, those are not working. So capitalism is booming in the world, or booming everywhere, in most of the countries, and most of the country are open to it just because it gives proper incentive. Not just proper, it gives some incentive to earn one more. So in the same way, incentive, or the likelihood of incentive, is going to bring you out. So that's what my topic is: how life rewards you. Because these things are not being talked about, and these things are not even in literature. They are inherent or implicit in the literature, but not explicit. And a few things are so explicit, just like we can see stock market, or capital market, or capitalism, or business. So इन सब चीजों में it is explicit that life pays, hard work pays, but it's a long journey. And for a person who is here, and what we see, the the probable outcome is here, and a person who is in whole is here. So this journey, this seems long, and it cannot be traversed in one day, in one setting. So there has to be some mechanism by which a person who wants to come out, who wants to live life, or who wants to go for his drive, or his vision, or his aim. So he must have some mechanism by which these things can be assured. So the mechanism is that this meaningful activity. So from now on, I would call it action. So this action pays. Nothing else in life pays but action. And now this action, or I'm always talking about meaningful action, because there are many actions which are not meaningful at all, not for present times. So if you go on collecting, you know, you go on gossiping with people. I don't think डिप्रेस पर्सन होगा वो गॉसिप वगैरह करेगा, खाने पीने का भी मन नहीं करता है उस टाइम तो. बट you get my point, that if you indulge in some meaningless activities, those are not going to pay. And if you act, so action needs some faith, because without faith we won't be able to act. So this is a self-fulfilling cycle. If you want to act, you must have faith. If you want to have faith, you must act. So this self-fulfilling cycle, this is the basic, the most fundamental reward mechanism of life. And the more you act, the more you gain. It's an it's an open market here. So this thing, this action, this meaningful activity, it will not only bring you up to the surface, it will also help you uh, live ahead, also help you go for bigger targets, bigger rewards. But there is some glitch in it. Our initial hiccup, initial glitch, वो ये है कि you will be tested. Your faith will be tested. Your faith will be put to severe test. And this is the biggest journey of your lifetime. This is going to be the biggest and the toughest days of your life, because when life tests, it is cruel, it is merciless, ruthless, and you would be tested mercilessly and ruthlessly. This is because everyone can claim that they have faith in life, but not everyone can stand the heat. And when you start acting, when you start engage in a consistent action, what happens? Just assume your act, for simplification. If you don't get the whole idea of reward mechanism, just assume that your every action is worth a penny, and it works like that. For example, uh, you are someone who likes dancing, or your meaningful act is dancing. Many people are not fit enough. Let's say walk. Okay, everyone, most of the people, especially those full-bodied. So full-bodied people, they can walk, and it's only their meaningful activity. Maybe they are obese or something. So now a person who is depressed, who is in that hole, who has faced a recent downfall in their life. So when they realize that they need to get into some meaningful activity in a consistent manner, and they choose walking, and now every step is worth a penny. It happens because it's not like that कि इस depressed उस downfall उस hole के अंदर you you think I'm going to walk no matter what, और आपको allow कर दिया जाएगा. Life won't allow you, your mind won't allow you, everything will stop you. And आपकी जो emotional condition है, the emotional turbulence, the situation, so you would be so overwhelmed, you would be so overpowered with your thoughts, with your emotions कि अगर आपने सोच भी लिया है कि I want to walk, you won't be able to walk. It is going to take a lot of efforts just for one step. ये चीज वही समझ सकते हैं जो those who have faced those tragedies, those who are in hole, those who are depressed, they know it. So you must take that first step. So every step is does have some monetary value, one penny. And this is how it works. This incentive, this reward mechanism works like that. Every step, one penny. And then the storm rages on. And it happens. उस situation में, when you try to challenge things, when you go against the tide, so the storm will try everything to stop you. So उस टाइम में it makes sense कि yes, now every step is important, every single step is important, and every single step keeps paying you. So for some time you may not see things moving, but don't worry. It's like the life will repay you with compound interest. Don't worry. जितना भी आप उस टाइम पे आप एफर्ट लगाएंगे, जितना भी आप मीनिंगफुल एक्ट में आप एंगेज होंगे, यू वुड बी रिपेड. आपको सारा का सारा पैसा विद इंटरेस्ट इट वुड बी गिवन टू यू. सो यहाँ पे जो मॉनेटरी वैल्यू है, पेनी एंड पैसा एंड मनी, इट्स जस्ट फॉर a marker, just to help you understand. And it works in that way. Those who want some monetary value, It works in that way. So you would be repaid, but this journey, this is not going to be easy. Not just easy. Easy is a really easy word. It's going to be hell. Whenever you try to get up or even move your muscles, it's like standing up in a hell. Now comes the question, why is it that way? Why life wants you to learn this important lesson? It's just because बाकी चीजें ऐसी ही हैं, but we we don't see it that way. Why? आप जिस बस में ट्रैवल करते हैं, आप जिस एयरक्राफ्ट में ट्रैवल करते हैं, जिस ट्रेन में ट्रैवल करते हैं, उसका ड्राइवर होता है। एंड व्हाट, आपने कभी एक्सपेक्ट किया है कि ड्राइवर है, ह्यूमन है, उसके भी इमोशंस हैं, एंड मे बी ही इज इमोशनली ओवरपावर्ड और इमोशनली डिप्रेस्ड, तो वो डिप्रेशन के साथ साथ आप सब लोगों को भी तो नरक के दरवाजे तक ले जाएगा। सेम सर्जन, अ डॉक्टर, आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि जस्ट डू योर जॉब इन द बेस्ट वे पॉसिबल। और क्या होगा इफ द सर्जन who in the middle of an surgery suddenly remembers that he is emotionally turbulent, he is not emotionally stable or something. Maybe it is his first surgery in the morning, and just when he came out of his house, just when he was leaving house, he had a fight with his wife or kids, and now he is emotionally unstable and जाते ही एक surgery, and what if he instead of going to surgery or even he start a surgery and in the middle of the operation he he's so overpowered and became so unstable that he went on drinking beach, a drinking spree, or started indulging in drugs in the middle of operation. क्या होगा ऐसे? Same thing happens to, just suppose, the fire department. You know, आपने देखा है कि फायर डिपार्टमेंट जब भी होता है, they try to be as fast as possible and as competent as possible to douse the fire. It happens. हमने movies में देखा है, and we take it for granted. We literally take it for granted that firemen है तो they are robots. They are not human. कोई emotions नहीं होता, कोई wife नहीं होती, कोई kids नहीं होते, कोई depression नहीं होता. No, they go through all this work. They go through all this hell, but they stay true to their job, true to their course of action. ये ऐसा नहीं होता है कि फायर डिपार्टमेंट ने पूरी टीम में किसी के साथ तो उस टाइम कुछ न कुछ टर्बुलेंस चल रहा हो, कुछ न कुछ इश्यूज एंड प्रॉब्लम चल रही होती, बट they do their work diligently. And this is how life is. Life wants some serious action, and you have to take your job very seriously. That's what life wants out of you. So whatever you are doing, either you love it, you do it very seriously, or you do something else that you can do very seriously. That's what life want out of you, and that's how the reward mechanism works. So even in their life. So when I said the surgeon, so now see the life of surgeon through this reward mechanism. First thing, He's serious about his work. So he would be paid for it, and he would be paid handsomely for it. And if the work, if the surgery goes good, and if he's not serious about his work, what is going to happen? His career may hit a bottom. There may be some inquiry, he may be thrown out, and he would never be trusted again. The same goes for driver. So his driving skill makes him pay, and this is the only skill he has. But so the pay maybe he may be paid accordingly, but he's paid first thing. As long as he can drive, as long as he can ensure the safety of passengers, he would be paid daily, and not just with money. There are other incentives which we don't need, which we don't know of, but these are all taken care by life. What if he become non-serious? He meet the same fate as that of surgeon, same fate. So, and now I request you to, you know, remember all the profession you see in your life. Just uh, the phone, the phone manufacturers, the laptop, the electronics manufacturers. What if they do not take their work seriously? What if they are non-serious about it? And you know what? First thing, they are losses. Second thing, they are thrown out of market, never to see the light again. And this is how it happens. And now the same thing. If they take their work seriously, they would be rewarded for it. So this is how the mechanism of life works. So in this reward mechanism, what you can do, you need to act, and you need to assume that your act is worth some monetary incentive. Every step is worth a penny. So the more you act, the more you gain. That's how it works. Thank you very much.